Good afternoon and welcome to Music Scrap, the musical scrapper. My first official stream of the new year. Even though it was on New Year's Eve into January 1st, but this is my first full normal stream of the new year. Hey Ella! Hello, and Muse has come in. Suzanne and lots of people today. Woohoo! Full house. And anyway, for those of you watching the recording on YouTube, this is being recorded live on Ustream.tv. There is a live chat. We've got how many people here, folks? It doesn't show on my screen. It shows for you guys, but I can't tell how many people are in my stream. Ugh, because I don't use the same chat program. So, just a moment. I forgot to take something for my knee here. Knees. So I would like to thank everyone who streamed for the streamathon because, of course, no matter how much planning and organizing I did, if it weren't for the streamers, 46 or 48. Oh, Muse says 78. I think maybe that was a typo. 48. Woohoo, good job. So, hello, everyone. Even at Sarah's stream, which was started at like 2:45 Eastern, even she had 60 people at her stream on New Year's Eve. And most of the rest of us had 100 or more at our stream. So we had a wonderful turnout. We had so much fun. And of course, the only one who ruined, who had a problem, I should say, hurting cats with the giveaway was, guess who? Yours truly. Because I totally forgot about the leg, didn't know what I was doing, tried to get everyone to, there were so many people there, we were going to use the same numbers again, but then we had new people come in because I did my draw at the beginning and a whole bunch of new people came in after we put our numbers in. So I said, oh, let's put a new set of numbers for the last two drawings. And then people started putting their numbers in, and I was like, well, I didn't type go yet. And then when I did type go, some of the people didn't see it. And oh my goodness. And so then for the third one, I said, well, let's do another one. And then the numbers started coming up. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Anyway, so well, Carrie or Eileen will put the link. Carrie, can you find my playlist there on YouTube? I created a playlist, and Marie and Miko aren't on the playlist because they don't have YouTube channels that they upload to, so I can't link their videos to my YouTube. I was going to do a separate channel, but it would have meant that everyone who streamed would have had to add that channel to their list, and you have to switch your icon. Google's just made it way more difficult than it has to be in order to get into YouTube. You have to switch to the other account instead of just logging into the other account. You actually have to log into a different Google account and then remember to change back to get to your own regular channel. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. So anyway, Google needs to hire someone who's not as much of a techie as everybody who works for them, so that they can say, wait a minute, no, don't set it up like this, because the non-techie or semi-techie people aren't going to be able to use the function if you set it up this way. Google, if you hear me, call me, because I'm techie enough to help you, but also not techie enough to know what normal people aren't going to be able to do to use your site properly. So Google, call me. Anyway. Hey, Dorothy. So I thought I'd show you my artsy related gifts that I got for Christmas. I did get a really cool, my younger sister gave me a really cool blow up footstool. And it's for like outside, on your deck or whatever. You can use it as an end table or you can use it as a footstool. And I was like, that's cool. I can take it with me to my crops now for my footstool, and I won't have to drag my shower stool that I have to my crops for my footstool. I can just take this blow up one with me. Anyway, but so my sister saw this box and goes, "Oh, Jean, I knew you'd like this box. It doesn't open like a normal box. It opens like this. Is that not too cool?" I mean, I will be using this. First of all, I'm going to alter it. Oops. First of all, I'm going to alter it. Second of all, I'm going to use it as a pattern to make some really cool boxes that I'm going to cover with clay tiles. Ha ha. So anyway. Oh, the volume, Dorothy? Okay. But I'm going into the red already. If I turn up the volume, my recording, is your volume all the way up, Dorothy? Because if I turn it up anymore, my volume, my recording gets all fuzzy and buzzy, and it's terrible to listen to on YouTube. Anyway, and my older sister gave me this yummy Grumbacher watercolor 1-inch brush with this grapey tool thing handle. And it's a professional one. She said it was really funny. They had like level 1, level 2, and level 3 brushes in the Grumbacher. In the 1-inch one, they were all the same price. So, like, why would you get a beginner or a student level brush when the professional one costs the same? So it's a Grumbacher Aquarelle. Grumbacher Aquarelle imitation. And then my 2 younger nieces went together and they got me, it says level 6 of the Cotman, and it's a 6 and a 12. A number 6 and a number 12 round. So those are nice. Look at the lovely point. That's what I needed, brushes that went to a nice point, unlike my cheapo ones that I have. So I got those. Very excited. I bought a really good rigger and a really good liner one myself this year. So I've got a really good start. These are my projects I made for my New Year's Eve that Dee Dee would not make along with me. Calendar, and there's all the months are in there behind it, acetate. You can see there's acetate there because it's, let me get it. Oh yeah, sure, you can't get a glare when you're trying to get a glare. There, you can see the acetate. And then a spot for your Post-it note. There's even a spot for a small pen or marker there. Dorothy, can you hear me okay? I just don't want to turn it up so loud that I just end up sounding like a buzzsaw on the recording. All right, put those in a safe spot, but still within view. And then the other thing, my niece gave me these. And these are cards by a local artist down there in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. Hold on. They came with the envelopes. Oh, gosh. She sure chose a size bag that fits. All right. There we go. Each one, there's embossing on them, but each one it's watercolor paper, and they are individually hand painted watercolor. And of course, with the Nova Scotia, oh, love that one. That one's my favorite. So there's 5 cards. Are they lovely? Hey, Terry IE. Hey, Janet. Hey, Laura. Yes, I started growling early. And it's Karen Ketty. Just a minute. Let me get the rest of the info here. Get my app open here. All right. My magnifying app. Karen Ketty, mixed media artist, P.O. Box 566, Hantsport, Nova Scotia, Canada. BOP1PO. Between Two Trees at live.ca is her email. Between Two Trees at live.ca. Between Two Trees Designs. So that is the lady. Unique Chic. Oh, her Etsy shop, if you're interested, etsy.com/shop Between Two Trees Designs. Oh, hold on. I'll have to turn on my autofocus in order for you guys to see this. One moment, please. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, my hand's not the best at. Okay. Turn it back off, or we'll be going in and out and in and out the whole time. Alrighty. So now on to the jelly plate. Oh, no, sorry. There's one more thing I want to show you. Dorothy, if you go into you're on a Windows computer, right, Dorothy? Are you on a Windows computer? I bet your internal sound is not turned up all the way. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer is on the ball with the links. Thank you so much. Carrie. Well, actually, some of it's the plastic. The plastic actually has paint all over it too. Oh, Denise, it all starts with sneezing. So I don't know how many of you know about Scentsy. But Scentsy is a wonderful company. They make these wax burners. Well, my niece is a whatever you call it. Oh my god. Oh, they smell so good. It smells like vanilla, but there's a bit of a spicy. I have to ask Stacia what scent they are. They smell like vanilla, but there's something else in it. I think I'm at the end of. Okay, so Dorothy, down in your bottom menu, click on your little sound icon. It's a little round. I think it's still around, but I don't even know if it's a round button anymore on Windows. You have to go into your sound settings and see if your output slider is all the way to the top. Yeah, it could be French vanilla, Carrie. No, Dorothy, I did not show the printed calendar because I don't have a copy of the printed calendar yet. I didn't order one for myself because I didn't have the money before Christmas. So this Scentsy, look at this, is color your own burner. So I have to color it myself with alcohol markers. But I might buy a small set of ceramic paint, PBOs, in order to color it. Hey, Jess! Hey, Mildred. Oh, you love Scentsy too? Oh, you have the Quiller. You have Quiller's book, Suzanne. Oh, I've watched his videos that are on YouTube, and they're awesome. And he has some on Northlight Artistic ArtistTV.com. Oh, it's right up to the top, but your internal one too. I don't mean just your sound. If you go into internally where your mic levels are and stuff. Oh, Madagascar vanilla. Yeah, I'll have to ask my niece. Yeah, it's a burner to color. Isn't that cool? Now it says if you do it in alcohol, if you do it in Sharpies or other, I don't have other alcohol markers, but they said if you do it in Sharpie, you can use alcohol to rub it off. So as long as it was glazed after they put the black ink on, because then I would worry that the black, that the alcohol would also take out the excuse me, would also take off the black, but they probably, I would imagine they would have glazed it after the fact. So, oh, you did that? Okay, Dorothy. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you can. I'll put it up a smidge more just for you. So if you guys are listening, it's just it goes really, really buzzy. If I put it up too much, I turn into. Oops. Forgot to put the light bulb in. I may as well install the light bulb before I drop the stupid thing and break it. So the light bulb these are so much safer than candle ones because it's the light bulb that heats up the wax. You see this goes in here and then your wax sits in there and the light bulb heats it enough to, I'm just going to stick that in there. Well, actually, I'm going to stick this in there until I'm ready to go. So, yeah, so that was very nice. So that was from Till and Eliza. Oh, how come it's not sitting in there right? That's really weird. Oh. Hello. Okay. So I'm going to get this colored and then set it up in here in my craft room. I'm determined tomorrow I'm starting. I'm going to do a half hour at a time and get this silly room organized. I've got several audiobooks all downloaded and ready to go. All right, jelly plate, here I come. So this is the Jelly Arts. Put that over there. Don't even need to melt that to smell it. It's so nice. That kind of smell I can handle. It's just the silly aerosol stuff that I can't handle. Now, just a moment. I wiped this off once, but I think I better wipe it again because I still feel dusty stuff, and I don't want to totally mess up my jelly plate and get it all imprinted. I didn't wipe it off with a wet towel, so whoops. These are what I use for my roll-up sheets. Some of my sort of ugly 12 by 12 paper. Sometimes I keep them, sometimes I don't bother. If I don't think I'll use them, I don't keep them. It's just paper. And I have so much paper. Oh, and I did get a paper pack for my younger sister too. 12 by 12 paper pack, really cool one. I don't have it in here right now to show because it's realized I didn't take it out of the bedroom. All right. This is the 12 by 14 Jelly Arts. bits on the plastic. Not quite as dirty as it looks. This is how you get cool prints, is by not cleaning your print. I clean it once my crusty bits have crusty bits, then I'll clean it. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in a good spot so it's right in the, there we go. Okay. All right. Ooh, Carrie said she found a cotton candy one. Oh, even the smell of orange orla? So this is, for those of you, Lynn says she's a total newbie and has no idea what it is. What it is, Lynn, is it's a gel plate. And it's made of silicone, mineral oil. So it's squishy. So it's what you can do you use to make prints, which we make paper with using cardstock or any kind of paper. You can use already printed paper. You can use copy paper. Then we use stencils. And I'm going to use my new stencils, which are the first in the line of my personal stencils that I made. Oh, which reminds me, just a moment, I need to haul my stencil box around here. Oh, hey, here's my blow-up footstool. It was right here behind me. There's my blow-up footstool, and it comes in this cute little carry bag. Now I have to find my air pump. Well, my vacuum cleaner will do. So, wow. My stencils are messed up. Okay. All right. I don't know what the heck is going on here. All right. Got my stencils. I've got too many stencils. My file folders won't stay on the ledge in my stencil box. Oh well. No worries. So, acrylic paint. I'm going to do something that Dee Dee did today, except I'm going to do something slightly different. Guess what colors I'm going to start with? I bet you never guessed. And I want this one. I'm going to start with 3 greens. Woohoo! Got my brayer. Welcome back, Muse. Hey, Sophia. All right. You know what, Maggie? I have no idea. It's 11 inches high. That's the only thing. It's not quite as high as I would like, but it's better than nothing. So this is a metallic green. Oh, I don't want a metallic green because that will kind of take over. I'll use this one instead. Oh, no. This is a better green for the color combo. All right, so all right. I haven't done this in a long time, so I hope I don't use too much paint. I haven't jelly plated in forever, so it's about layering. And I always like to start with not necessarily a one color, but a background on which I do not use stencils. So I like to start with like a solid background, even if it is 3 colors or whatever. So I'm going to need more of this up on this side, I can tell already. And I don't have to cover the whole thing because my paper's 8.5 by 11, not 12 by 12. And I don't want to totally mix it, not on the plate anyway, because I want to get that textured background. So then, put this down. Hold on, there we go. I like to use cream cardstock. And over top, just so I don't get my fingers any more painty than I have to, I like to use my deli paper. Just give it a good little press. So there's my first layer. I'll show it in a moment. I want to get the rest of this picked up. Now, the cool thing about deli paper is that when you add it down, it turns mostly translucent. Well, translucent, not transparent, but translucent. Need a little more on this side. So you make great washi tape with this by simply, once this is dry, if you put double-sided tape on the back, you can cut it into strips, and then you have homemade washi tape. All right, now I still have not figured out a good way of piling stuff here, because I don't have enough room, because my place is a mess. I made a thing with those crates. You know, the make your own crate, metal crate thing. And I made, using ties, I created a shelving unit to use when I jelly print. But the problem is, I don't have room for it at the moment, because I need to finish organizing my room. Oh, sorry, it's acrylic paint. Hey, Martha. Well, I was all rested up yesterday, but I slept till 3:30, so then last night I couldn't sleep, and I got up for Dee Dee, and then I napped through half of hers. Of course, she's used to that. Now I'm going to dry this. You cannot put your heat gun on your jelly plate, but I'm not going to. Oh, hold on. I've got to find my... Follow the wire. It fell off my cart. It usually is on my cart, but it fell off. You can't... I'm not going to point it towards my jelly plate, so don't freak out. You cannot use your heat gun on a jelly plate. So... Oh, no worries, Lynn. Someone will answer you. If I don't see your question, just ask it again, put it in upper caps, and if someone else doesn't answer it, I'll see it eventually. So this is acrylic paint. It's not professional. You can use professional level. So this is the step between professional and the craft paint. Dee Dee this morning, she uses craft paint. And I have used craft paint, but since I got these student paints, I usually use these. And I'm just drying this. You could just put this aside and do another background, but I don't know. I just tend to work and dry as I go. One reason, simply because of the mess. And it doesn't take that long to dry. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so now I need a color that's going to coordinate with your blue. So this is where your color wheel comes in. Now, if you use a complementary color and your paint is still wet, so on your first layer, you have to know if you use complementary colors, as my part of your 3, you can do it, but know that you may come up with some browns or grays. That's not always a bad thing. You just need to know complementary colors, when used when both wet, could give you some browns and grays. Now, if one is dry and one is wet, you're not as likely to get brown or gray unless it's transparent. So you also have to know the transparency of your paint, which I don't know all of it. So I am going to use, along with my green now, I'm going to add a purple and a red. Oh, don't want that one. So I'm going to add brilliant magenta and something violet. There's paint smudge on it. I think it's dark violet. Maybe not. Hold on. Deep violet. Deep violet. So Artist Loft, brilliant magenta, basics deep violet. And I'm going to use... I'm going to use this new stencil, which is one of the ones that I gave away. My squares. Oh, I'm hearing sirens. Purple and red are adjacent on the color wheel. So you're safe to not get mud if, as long as they're the right color, red and purple. So it's kind of, you know, you have to remember it's a huge learning curve. You do have to remember that there is like years and years of university courses on color theory for artists, so don't expect. Now, see what happened in my roll away? That red is translucent, so when I rolled it on top of my green there, I got brown. So it's, you know. All right, so now I'm going to take this. I'm going to set it down there. And I'm going to do a print. Now, I want to do a really good kind of press here because this paper is kind of thick and the lines are very thin on this stencil. So you want to kind of, like Patty says, use your knuckle and get that paper down in between the spaces in the stencil in order to pull up the paint. All right, so there we go. I'm going to have more than enough to add some of that to this. You can see that there's a space where that green paint wasn't quite dry, but that's okay. It's much easier to get it up through a stencil onto your deli paper. Plus, you can see it because the deli paper is translucent. Welcome back, Dorothy. So your second print is never as solid because you're taking the leftovers, right? But that's not always bad. You don't need a perfect print. You're going to use these as backgrounds or collage. My cardstock pages I usually use to make journals. Of course, right now my and when I pull this up, it's going to leave a reverse of the stencil. right? Because the lines are gone. So I'm going to use this again. And I'm going to put my wet stencil also upside down onto this. I should have put a second piece of deli paper down, but I wasn't even thinking. Hey, Judy Padooty. Oh, I will, Mildred. I will put it back. I'll let you see it. I just have to get the rest of the paint up while it's still wet on the jelly plate because it dries quickly. Don't worry. I will take it back and show you. Don't panic. I will show you. No fear. See, so now you get the reverse. And I'm just going to go around and pick up the leftovers here. I'm going to add one more layer on this. I usually do 3 layers, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. All right, so that's what my junk piece, my cleanup leftover piece looks like. So far, I'm going to put that here. Now, the paper, here's what the deli paper looks, the other second pull. It's called a ghost print. Oh, Eileen. Yes, I am recording. Thank you. Oops. Sorry. I know I'm not looking at the chat enough. Yes, I am recording. No, I'm not taking any cold meds. Only there's too many medications I can't take because of the cold med I need is decongestant, and I can't take it because of my blood pressure, so I just have to, but my Singulair helps control when I get colds, so it controls my asthma, which is always my problem when I get a cold, so. Alright. And then the paper, this is my print, my actual print. So these papers, I usually make a journal. And of course, I am going to do the back of the journal as well, or back of the paper. I'll do that. So I've got 3 pieces going here with the same combo of papers. Oh, okay, Petka. Sleep well. So, yeah. Speaking of which, one moment, please. I think I need to blow my nose. Of course, it's always a really good sign when I can blow my nose, because when it settles in my sinuses, then I can't blow, and that's when the trouble happens. Excuse me for a moment, please. Sorry to do it online, but if I turn my sound down, it messes everything up. Sorry, excuse me. All right, one more color. Now, for this top, I want a nice bright color that's opaque. So I think I'm going to use a combo of this blue, cerulean blue, cerulean blue and aqua green for both Artist Loft, which is of course Michael's brand, and they're not bad. They're not bad for the money, because I got them when they were like 50% off. And so they're cheaper than Liquitex, but not as good as Liquitex. But I use them mostly for Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I did use them on my canvases, so. But anyway, whatever. You do with what you got, right? Oh, I better get my stencil ready that I want to use. What stencil do I want to use? So I've already got squares, so I think, oh, I'm going to use this one. Ugh. Hold on. Must block its fence. Whoa! My patty stencils are going all over the place. Okay. And some aqua. And then I'll do a pull-up print. Oh my gosh! Wow! That aqua sure is not very thick. Yikes! I'm going to take some off right away and roll it here. So for your top layer, you usually want to have some nice opaque colors so that you get some good coverage. And it'll show through your other layers. I need a little more blue because I have so much aqua. Like the blue's drying up and my aqua's like water. Oops. Okay. Okay, no worries, Carrie. You still can't hear, Dorothy? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As you can see, I do not clean my stencils. No, I'm in Mars. She's not. She must be in Venus. Right? So that just adds a little extra texture there. Well, okay, hold on. Everybody be prepared. I'm going to switch to the other night everybody said that my volume was, that it was better on my computer. I'm going to switch to my camera sound. So if you're wearing headphones, be careful and beware. I'm going to switch. Dorothy, is that better for you? No, it's not all melted, but some of it has, yes, because we had lots of rain, but we had snow and the one day and rain the next, and snow the next day and rain the next. So it's not all gone, but it's mostly gone. Okay, is that better? Okay, Dorothy, is that better for you? Sorry, guys. I switched to my camera mic. Okay, Dorothy. There we go. Dorothy's happy. Got to make Dr. Dot happy. She is our elder after all. All right, not much left to come off on that one. Come on. It's not a flat enough surface. It's going to fall down, so I may as well put it down there. There we go. All right, so this is going to be interesting. See what happens here. And I'm going to put a second piece down, because this is what I should have done last time with that stencil. Put down a second piece of deli paper and start a new one. That's cool. I like that. I might just leave that like that. That will make some very nice, cool collage just like that without anything else added to it. Sorry, Joan. Not yet, Darcy. Not yet. She's sleeping. Who knows when she wakes up, though. I also fed her right before I came on stream, so maybe that'll keep her quiet. Very interesting. Oh, okay, Dorothy. Turning it up just a wee bit. Okay. There we go. Is that better? Yay, Darcy! Woohoo! Okay, so that's going to go down there with that pile of already completed ones. All right. And this one is finished, except I do have to do the back, but I'm not going to do the back yet. I'm going to do a pull-up print. Now, a pull-up print is when you add white or black or whatever color or cream to your plate, a very thin coat, like Dee Dee did to pull up her drawings this morning, and then do a pull and get all the previous layers pulled up. And I think I'm going to use, where is my, where did it go? Okay. This is really weird. It was on my desk and I put it away before I started. Oh, maybe I put it down here by mistake. Did I stick it down here? Don't know why I would do that though. Oh, there it is. I did. I stuck it down in the wrong spot. I am going to use my Buff Titanium PBO brand student grade paint. Hey, Kathy. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. So, when you're doing a pull-up print, you need a nice thin coat, but it has to cover the whole thing. But you want it thin so that it dries and picks up all the layers underneath. If it's too thick, it's not going to pull clean in one pull. So you want it to be thin. You should be able to see the other layers below it like this. And I will be putting one here. And this here. And I guess I'll pull the other part on this. There's just a little piece there that needs to get pulled. All right. So this is a pull-up print. I'm just going to put my hands under there to press that cardstock. This will pull very quickly because it's thin. Okay, I will show you the whole piece later. All right, let's get this pulled. Any animal stencils? Oh, I don't have. No, I don't have any animal stencils. I have animal print, though. I have a zebra stencil. I think I have a cheetah. I have a giraffe stencil that I haven't, of my own design, that I haven't cut yet, though. All right. Okay, sometimes it doesn't pull the whole thing. I don't find the deli paper does as good a cleanup print as regular cardstock, but it does the job. Look at that. All right. These are always my favorite. I always love them. Just let me pull this one up, and then I'll show you them both. Okay, now, how can you not love this? You cannot get that effect well, I can't get this effect just with a paintbrush myself. You cannot get this. So it's pulled up all the paint that was on my plate. Look at all that cool texture. I've used these papers for my scrapbooking backgrounds. Yes, Carol, my files will work on your Cameo 3 because I have them in SVG and JPEGs, but I also give them with the Studio 3 version, with the Studio program, so you'll just be able to click on it, open it right into your Studio program, and cut it. Hey Taps, hey Holly. Isn't that cool? All right, Orla, hugs, rest well. So I'll keep this one, and the other half will do a good pull up when I do my next cleanup print. And I'm just going to put it there, so it'll be ready for me. So there's two, and I'll do another one on the back of that. So I have a blog post for those who have a digital cutter. So the new Cricut Explorer and Cricut Air will cut my files. And any of the Silhouette products will cut my files. And any digital cutter that uses SVG will cut my files. So I will put a link in. And put the link in for my files if you're interested in buying any. I'm not doing the ATC swap. I'm not doing swaps. I decided 2 years ago that I'm not doing swaps because I'm too bad at mailing and it puts too much pressure on me to get out to the post office to mail things. So, oh, most definitely, Holly, you know, I was having, when I was first trying to start art journaling, and I watched Dee Dee for a few years, and I watched Paula and Carrie for a few years, and I loved their art journaling, but my mind couldn't get around the layering, and I couldn't understand why. I couldn't figure out the layering process. It just didn't make sense to me. And I like to analyze things, and I like to know how things work. I like to know the process. I think it's partially the teacher in me, but I just couldn't make the layering make sense. Then when I got the Gelli plate, you have to think backwards, right? Your layering has to go backwards when you're Gelli printing. Well, for this style of Gelli printing, because you have to do the background, you know, and then your next layer goes on top, and then your next layer, right? And of course, when you're art journaling, that's how you have to do it too. But actually physically doing it on the Gelli plate, all of a sudden it was like, oh, that's okay. You know, all of a sudden everything clicked. It made sense, and then off I went, and I was able to do Gelli printing. So Canson XL mixed media paper. Oh, right, because they make a 12 by 14. Oh, yeah, the 11 by 14 size. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know, Judy. They're getting painty. Yes, I am Canadian, Lynn. I am Canadian. I'm from the East Coast. Moncton, New Brunswick. Okay, so what will my next combo be? Well, first of all, I'm going to use my star stencil. So I'm going to start with, a color. All right, so I'm going to do oranges because I want to do, no, I'm going to do, I want to do yellow stars, but my yellows, I'm going to have to mix the white with my yellows. Yeah, I'm going to have to mix white with my yellows so that they'll be, okay, I'll use these two for my stars. So I'm going to start then with, I'll see if this works. It might be too, okay. Brilliant Blue, Artist Loft Brilliant Blue, which is a very nice primary blue, and the Cerulean Blue again. So I'm going to do that as my background. Yeah, exactly. My brain thinks backwards, and this helped me make sense of it. Oops. Should have done it in like ombre instead, but oh well. Since the dark blue is kind of translucent too, so that should help with the whole yellow part going on top. But I will mix white with it, so although I'm not quite sure what I did with my white. Oh, there it is. Oh, good. It was where it should be. That's good. All right, so this is my solid one. So my background color. Darn it. I didn't do it that's funny. For those of you watching on YouTube, Travis asked, whoops. Travis asked Eileen if she started mixing her drinks to practice for the color mixing class that Janet's doing. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one, Travis. I always overdo the rubbing on the, because I like to get a nice solid first layer. And I'm going to try and get a little bit more down on this end because I didn't rub enough. Get a little more down there. And it's dried, so I lost that chance, but it'll pick up better with this. Got a lot of little blue spots there for some reason. That light, that cerulean blue is drying. It's kind of all dried up in the tube, so it doesn't take long to. Anyway, that'll leave some good for some good pickup later on. All right, so now for my stars, I'm going to use cadmium yellow, medium hue. And it's a hue, which means there's no cadmium in it. And yellow ochre. So a little bit of gold and a little bit of yellow. And I think I'm going to do this like an ombre. So there'll be some gold stars down here. And I'm going to put a little bit white, especially in the cadmium, because it is a little more translucent. So I'm going to add a little white to it. Of course, it's craft white, so it's not going to be as solid as a student grade white would be. All right. Bye, Lynn. Yeah, Sandy, I know, right? And I put way too much paint on, but that's okay. It will help make it transparent, or what is it? Opaque. All right. I'm going to have to turn over that paper in a minute. All right. It's my star stencil. And my blue paper. Where did it go? There it is. My blue paper. And it's all right, Pam. Don't worry about it. Half the time I miss even when it's in caps. I get so engrossed I forget to look at chat. La, 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 la. So, of course, Debbie's coming on after me in an hour and 45 minutes. A little under 2 hours. She's going to be taking Ella's place today. I believe Ella's back next week from her trip to the East Coast of the U.S. Some cool colors. I'll show you those in a minute. Let's see how my stars turned out. Ah, cool. There's the star stencil. It's called Shooting Stars. It'll be in my next It'll be in my next release of stencils. I only have 2 so far in that release, so. Mildred? Oh, Debbie Epps. Debbyeepps is her channel. Alright, so let's see if there's any more to pick up here. Thank you, Joan. That's one of the stencils that the winners won at my New Year's Eve stream. When we finally herded the cats after my mistake. It was pretty funny. Hey, I don't stress about mistakes. I'm a teacher. You never know what's going to happen in class. So if you're OCD about that, you cannot be a teacher. I know a couple people who are, and I don't know how they survive. Well, they barely do survive, that is. All right. So now, take this off, and we're going to have a really cool... I can do it on this one. Didn't like that much. Oh no, that's my one I'm using for pull-ups. That sounded bad, didn't it? Alright. Let's just get another one out. This is a pack of 1,000 deli papers that Patty sent me. Silly girl. Very grateful, but man, the thing weighs a ton and she sent it from Maryland. Anyway, I swear, I've used this for jelly printing for, 2 years, Patty? And I don't think I've made a dent in the box. It's like they keep multiplying or something. Well, first of all, my colors are all... You guys have to remember, I am visually impaired, so I know my colors are all organized by color scheme. So even if I did reach back and picked out some colors, I couldn't make it very random because the blues are all there, the greens are all there, the reds are down below on the second shelf, the reds and yellows and oranges. So I'm afraid it would not be a very random, because I would cheat. I mean, if you guys want me to cheat, it won't end up being very random, just saying. This is going to be a good pull-up when I get to the pull-up layer. But I need to add one more layer here. Let's see. What will be good on top? Oh, I know what will work on top of that. I know what will work. What will work is this one. Hold on. This one. This will work on top of that. So, what color though? I might actually do white. thinking white. Or, oh, wonder silver. I'm going to try silver. It might be too translucent to work, but you won't know unless you try. I'm going to try silver and see what happens. It's going to be pretty. Clean up. It's going to be pretty. Exactly, Judy. Peek through my fingers. Hey, even when I look, I can't see because I'm blind. So I actually do the challenge every time. Just kidding. For those of you watching the recording, they want me to do the blind 3-color pick challenge, where I just blindly grab 3 tubes of paint and use them on my jelly plate. And just because Ange and Jen do everything Eileen says, I have to say no on that one. Actually, I think I'm just going to do a pickup. I'm not even going to add another layer because this is going to be a cool pickup with the silver. So I am just going to do a cleanup page. Oops. Oh, Travis, okay, I'll show you a cool way to use your silver and copper. My next pull, that's what I'll do next, okay, Travis? I'll show you a very cool way to use your metallics. I will show you. It doesn't show up much on that one. That one's just going to be a free-for-all kind of page that may get used in a collage and may not. Okay, let's see. Hey, Steffi. Nice to see you. It's kind of cool. Not a whole lot. It's very subtle. It's hard to show. I'll try and get it so there's no glare. Look at that. See, the cool thing about deli paper too is that you get wrinkles in there. Look, because there are some wrinkles, you get some like white. It almost looks like crackle paint. Sorry, it's hard to show you because the stuff doesn't. See, it almost looks like crackle paint because there's wrinkles in it. Here, it'll show up better. Hold on. It'll show up better on the paper here. Just one moment. Uh-oh. That page just went flying across the room. Well, not really. It just slid down in behind my paint cart. Oh. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty. Look at that. Now this cardstock I'm using is the Staples 110 pound. It is not as heavy as the Michaels brand 110 pound. I absolutely love Michaels 110 pound cardstock. Look at that. That is cool. Oh, Eileen, I only listen when it's my idea. Hello? Took you long enough to figure that out, Eileen. Alright, so there's another one. It's going to go on a pile because it has to get the back side done. Alright, so I'm going to show Travis now how he can use his copper, gold, and silver. I like to use them all together. Just one moment, please. I need to put these back or I'm going to run out of room on my desk. All right, that. So, one of the tricks, Travis, that I like to use for my metallics and for my PBOs, I'll show you PBOs too on this, is to use black cardstock. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Travis? The other thing I like to use my jelly prints for is for cards. For a layer on my card fronts. Note card sets. I'm going to take a few sheets of black here. The rest of the package over out of the way. So I'm going to use some black. Alright, so I'm going to do like an ombre effect. Oops. And I like to start with silver. And then in the middle, I like to put the gold. This is PBO, and this is the antique, I think, Iridescent Precious Gold. So this is Precious Gold, and they also have just an Iridescent Gold. Precious Gold is more like an antiqued gold, so like a dirty gold. A little closer to a bronze, but no, it's still gold, but all right, so silver, gold, and copper. This copper is gorgeous. Oh, I need a little more silver up here. And yes, my copper went up there, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Don't fret. Whatever happens, happens. And then I just do a little blending between the two, between each one. All right. And oh, I should have put it up a little more in the silver, but that's okay. I'm going to take another black, actually. Welcome back, Jennifer. Whoops. Yeah, I just stuck my finger in it because I didn't get it quite to the edge there. There we go. Let's get this all off the top. and see what we've got. Oh, I've got two. No wonder it wasn't staying in place. I had two sheets. That's why it wasn't staying in place. And my stencils are attacking me here. But I'm going to add more, so don't you worry. I'm going to do something. See that? Okay, I'm going to show you again. Just give me a moment. Don't freak out. I'll show you them in a moment. I just want to get the rest of this pulled up before it dries. Although it is nice to leave some of it. Okay. All right. It's kind of rolling up on me because it's really wet. Oh, Laura, you are very talented. Your coloring is amazing. Jeez Louise. All right, so on the black, you get a different look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat gun. I'm going to show you something on another black too using these. What's really cool. First, I'm going to put a layer. What I'm going to layer on top of these are some of my Dyna colors. All right, Jess, see you later. Now, the Iridescent Dyna colors by PBO are translucent. So, when they go on top of this, they work better, a little better on the silver than the other colors, but I will show you what they look like on the, I love them on the black. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch the order of the paints, okay? So I'm going to put the gold up where I had the silver. And I'm going to put the copper where I had the gold. And I'm going to put the silver where I had the copper. And I better choose my stencil now. I think I'm going to use this one. It's a water one, but it'll look cool with the... It's water, but it'll look cool with these. So, oops. Alright, so now the trick is make sure you put your paper on the right way. So I still want my silver at the top, but now the gold's going to go on top of it. So it's going to go like that. And I'm only going to get part here. I should put, maybe I'll put my star stencil here. you, Laura. That's my one that I designed. Oh, Debbie just got home from her first day back. How was your first day back? I remember those days. Oh, you've got half the kids that are excited to be back to school because, you know, the home life doesn't always bode well at Christmas time for all kids. You have to remember that. There are lots of kids that are much happier in school than being at home. And then you get the other half that are like, don't want to be in school. There, see? Look. See what you end up with? Is that not cool? Look at that. That's so cool. I love it. So you just mix your metallics. Oh, Laura, poor hubby. Oh, the kids weren't back yet, just teachers. Oh, okay. That's like next week. Next week our teachers go back on Monday for professional learning day, and then the kids are back on next Tuesday. So, but they went right till the 23rd at noon. So did you mean this stencil or the star stencil? This stencil is by Artist Cellar. Artist Cellar, Laura. They have some awesome stencils. Uh-oh. I need to get rid of some of this paint. I think I'm going to do that as a pull, and I'm going to use black. So I'm going to wait on that, but I am going to clean off this. I'm going to let that dry and do a pull. Oh, Christy goes back tomorrow. She's a teacher. And look at that. I mean, that's cool. That'll make a cool background. How cool is that? Oh, I like it. I like it. Nice. All right, I've got to keep all these silly, almost finished stencils. Okay, this one is... All right, let's see if we've got... I want to do PBO one, which I love doing on black. So I'm going to dry this off. Oh, really? Mandatory ones, Debbie, for teaching? Yeesh. Oh, you did. I saw that Shauna put up some new videos last night when I was logged in and going through to make my playlist. I saw she had a few new YouTubes up. Is she okay? Sorry, I'm just off screen here making sure my page is dry. I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to do my cleanup first though. Uh-oh. Hold on. piece of... All right, so I'm going to use black. Actually, I'm going to use my PBO blue black, which is kind of like, it's like a metallic Payne's gray. It's very similar to like a Payne's gray, but a metallic version. So I'm going to do pickup. So you can use any color for pickup. You just have to remember it has to be a nice thinner layer than you would normally use for a normal print. So it's blue black, PBO blue black. So it has blue, but when you look at it, the iridescent color is black. I need a little bit more than that. Make sure I have it wet in every area. That's the trick for doing a good pull-up. It has to be thin, but you don't want it so thin that... Okay, someone's texting me. I have to make sure it's not my sister. One moment. Let's get this paper on, and then I'll have a peek. I always have to answer my sister's texts in case it's about Mom. She's not sick, but either, you know, never know, right? She's got a bad heart. Oh. It's my cousin. She's coming with another turkey dinner for me for supper. I won't have to cook when I'm done streaming. Yay! Did I finish that other pull-up one? Oh, yes, I did, because I added the silver one to it. So, okay. Just going to start another random one. Oh, yeah, maybe. Jennifer, are you two-timing me? Are you two-timing me? Oh, they're two-timing me watching eagles or owls or something. Jeez, how rude. Jeez. Oh, I knew she was coming at some point with it. They had tons of leftovers. She's like, Jean, would you want... Because she took a meal over the other day because I was at the streamathon, so I didn't go over in person for the meal. She said, do you want me to bring you them? I'm like, yeah, hello. I say no, never say no to turkey dinner. Her daughter made turkey dinner, so I'm like, no. All right, now look at this. This is cool. I'm just gonna, there's a little bit more here at the bottom, so I'm just gonna see if I can get a little bit more of it pulled up. Oh, 2 screens. Okay, Jennifer. I'm just kidding. I cannot compete with baby eagles. Okay. Don't like it as much as just the gold and silver, but hey, it's a wonderful background. I watched the Eagles a lot 4 or 5 years ago. 4 years ago, maybe? I think maybe one of the first times they were on Ustream. But I haven't watched them since. So there's another one. And look, you get kind of a, over the silver, the copper there, you got kind of a purple, almost a purple look in there, like a mauve. I know, right? So, and that's the thing about the Gelli plate. Even when you plan, which is, it's really strange. Those of you who know me, so now this, if this page goes in a journal, you're going to have this on one side, like, and this on another, right? So it's, you know, it's very, very cool. Okay, that's waiting for a second side. And that's good. It's two-sided done, but it's got a little space left. Ones like this, I tend to use more for cards than journal pages. Like the half-finished ones. Or for a collage or something. Okay. Now let's do... Okay, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to do... I think I'm going to clean my plate. I'm just going to see if I can get a bit more of this up with some white. If not, I'll clean it because I want to use my other PBOs. And I don't very often clean my plate, so I'm just going to try this way and see if I can get the rest of that pulled up. If I don't, then I have to use baby wipes. Thank you, Maggie. Okay, so, I mean, because I'd rather try and pull it up than use a baby wipe because there is some cool paint down there. But sometimes if you get too many layers or it won't pull up. So then, you know, you have to take a baby wipe to it. But if I can, I'll always try and pull it up. See, now the white's just collecting at the edges because there's too much at the edge. So, and I just want to start clean with my PBOs because the PBO Dynas are quite translucent, so they can get muddy if you're not starting with a decently clean plate. Okay, see, and this didn't pull because there was too much color in those areas. So I'm just going to use some baby wipes. Let me put this stuff away. So I'm getting too many paints out on my desk. And I am going to try something with my something that Dee Dee was doing today, but I'm going to try and see what happens if I use my markers. My Posca markers. All right. I need to get a new container because this one, the top is broken off. And so my baby wipes kind of start to dry out on me. Which isn't always a bad thing because they are so saturated that they're too wet for a lot of techniques when you take them right out of the box anyway. Oh, there's my cousin with my meal. Hello, hello. My cousin's dropping in with my food, people. You can just put it in the fridge. Thank you. Huh? Oh, okay. Oh, I was going to tell you not to bother with the pie if someone else wants it, because I ate the other one, but... Okay, I'll take it back. Yeah, take it back. Someone else will eat it. Oh, okay. Okay. Alrighty, thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. A cameo appearance by my cousin. Oops. Alright. I don't do much more cleaning than that. One more. Just a couple spots here. Oh, that one's a little bit wetter. They clean pretty easily. If I had hand sanitizer here, it would have cleaned even better and easier, but I got most of it off, so that's good. That's as clean as I ever get. And let's dry it off with my apron. There we go. Yeah, but you know what the problem is? The other side of my jelly plate's even dirtier. Oh, Laura. Oh, poor Laura, Travis. Laura is an A-type personality, and she hasn't learned to be messy yet. She's like I was 2 years ago. Well, I never cared about whether my desk was clean. But 2 years ago, I'd be panicking with this. 2 years. Laura, a little bit at a time. You know what? If I can do it, you can do it. All right, so now I'm going to do my PBOs. And what I want to do with my PBOs is I'm going to show you the difference on white or on creamy and on black. So I'm going to do half and half. Okay, and you'll see the difference. So let's start with, oh, surprise! Surprise! So this is green yellow, and this one is green blue. So these are PBO Dyna, so they're iridescent. And you'll see what happens on the black, the difference between the two. Because on the black, the iridescent color tends to show up more than on the white. And it has to do with the reflective aspect of the white, yada, 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 something like that. Anyway, I'm going to flip this over. Oh, Travis, I was the same way. Like, as a kid, my sisters would go out and play in the mud and make mud pies. Can't do it. Hate making sand castles. I don't even like the sand or the beach because I can't stand getting sand in my shoes or my hands or my bed. Ugh. Yeah, so I just, of course, the sun's my enemy anyway, so that's another reason for me not to go to the beach. Lots of reasons. All right, is that green just not to die for? I mean, oh. All right, So what I'm going to do is on the black area, I'm actually going to put it right onto the black with a stencil. But on the white one, I am going to do it as a background. So I'm going to do it as a background on the white, on the cream. But on the black, I'm going to keep some black because it really helps to keep some black. You actually use it as your pop of black. So I also stream on Thursdays at 1-ish Eastern. Sometimes it's 1:15 before I get my act together. But anyway, Emma goes on before me, so sometimes she said she's ready to get back to streaming this week. She was off for a few weeks. So Emma's Mad Rat Lady. She streams before me. Who the heck is M15? Couldn't they come up with a better name for an eagle than M15? For heaven's sakes. The female eagles are often bigger than the the males, I mean. The females do more hunting than the fathers. There we go. Eileen agrees with me. The females are larger than the males. They have to defend the nest. Alright, so see what they look like on the black. And uh-oh. There's what they look like. Just a moment. I'm going to try and pick up a little bit more here. Fill that spot. Because it is a background for this one. Oops, I'll turn it around here. So look how much more blue it looks. Oh, see, for you guys it still looks blue here, but it looks green for me. It looks more green. But you can see more yellow shows up. I'll have to tweet the pictures because it'll show up more in a picture than on screen. Because on screen this looks almost as blue as that, but it's not. It's teal here and it's like a blue here. Oh, so they won't name the new father? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see. This is one of Patty's stencils, Patty Tolly Parrish. Isn't that cool with the ombre color? Beautiful! And I think on the other half of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this. And I'm going to... It's going to be the wrong way, but oh well. Doesn't matter. I should have done it over here to finish off the circle, but I messed it up. Didn't think ahead in time. Oh, This still has tape on it from when I did my, when I was doing Elisa's canvas. Now that's lots of paint. All right. Which side of this is wet? This side is wet. That's the eye from Tills. That can go in the garbage. Thank you, Joan. Yeah, I have the round jelly plates too. Not quite sure where they are. Oh yeah, yes I do. I know where they are. They're in the drawer, I think, with my smaller square ones. For goodness sakes. All right. So, got an hour left. What should I do? I think I'm going to use, and it's going to work for this too. So I think I'm going to put this over here. Let me get something here. If you hear a crash, don't worry. It's just a craft-a-lanch. I'm trying to get something off I'm trying to get something off a shelf. And of course, it's on the bottom of a pile. So, we may have, one moment, a minor craft-a-lanch or a major one. Oh, okay. Not too bad. Except now I have to find space for these because stuff rolled down in my way. Okay, let's put those there and those there. Okay. So, these are okay, that's an alphabet. I don't want that, but I do want this. These are my art foamies, which need washed. And these are great for the jelly plate. It's in there, my poppy, I think. Yeah, I don't need my poppy right now. Okay. So, for this, I'm going to add, as a top layer, orange and the violet red. That's pretty translucent. Both of them are. I think I'm going to go more subtle. I think I'm going to do the same thing, the same idea of what I did with my metallics. I'm going to do the opposite colors, I think. Oh, I didn't put my alphas back in there. Don't want to lose those. Oh yeah, I've got my new alpha set that I haven't tried yet either. Mm-hmm. You have to use them backwards though on the jelly plates. So it's okay. So I'm going to use them as a stamp here. So instead of having the roll off, I'm going to have this here. Oh, I don't have enough space at all. And I know my stamps need to be cleaned a little better. I did wipe them on a baby wipe, but you know, I'm going to use my deli paper here. All right, so I'm going to put my green down here. And I'm going to put up there. Oh, now I rolled off on that. Silly girl. You weren't going to roll off on it. That's all right. I'll turn it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamp and stamp. You have to kind of do this quickly. The first one didn't pull off. I don't know if I can get it lined up again or not well enough. Oh, and I moved it too much that time. Yeah, Travis, this is one of my favorite combinations. I started too soon. It was too wet. You have to wait till it kind of dries just a little bit for it to pull up well off your plate. So hey, Jess. Yeah, I'm here for another 50 minutes or so. All right. So, the blue up there, and the green down there. Yeesh. That one's still a little wet, so I'll put a... See, it just keeps adding little bits and pieces to that piece. So this is going to be very subtle. I'll have to hold it up. It's very subtle. You get that kind of... Just adds a little texture to the background. It's less subtle on the black because it didn't have a layer underneath it. These are very nice, sturdy foam. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add my orange and they call this violet blue. It's really like a magenta, but you really can see the purple. Let me pick out which stamp. I think I'm going to use this one that's a little more bold. Yeah. I'm going to use this stripe one. I think I'll use these two different stripes. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out because they're, like I said, they're fairly translucent, the paints. So they're not always easy to layer. But we'll see. And if I mix white with it, you'll take away the iridescent quality. So I prefer to not add white. I prefer to just take whatever I get. Oh, gosh. Oh, it doesn't matter really anyway, does it? All right, so I think I'll do some up. Ooh, that moved on me. That's all right. Oh, what's great with the green I used? Hold on. Oh, the orange yellow? Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see what I get. All right, the darker, do it this way. And then I'll do the other side of this, I guess. That was my stamp off. This is kind of leftover stuff. Ugh. like I said, keep lots of deli paper around. Not just good for, it's good for leftovers, good for okay. All right, here comes the big reveal. Let's do it first on the, oh, hold on. Let's get this leftover stuff from the bottom. That might be already too dry. So there it is. Okay, so now on this one you can see that it's starting to pick up some of the old crusty bits from before. So, but that's not a bad thing. Gives you very cool lifts when you let your plate stay dirty. I'm going to do a cleanup print after this one. Ooh, very cool. Look at that. That is neat. Huh. Kind of cool. Kind of funky. Oh, let me see. There's some. See if I can get some picked up here along the top. Look how funky that is. Funky, funky. Very mishmashy kind of. Okay. Very cool. I like it. Isn't that nice? You can see the purple come through in the violet blue. It kind of comes out as a purple. And then it's all mixing together there. Isn't it cool? See, like you never know what you're going to come up with, and that's like absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm going to do the cleanup on the back of this one. One moment, please. Be gone. Hey, Robin. Nice to see you. Hello. Happy New Year. Is that right, Jennifer? Isn't it cool? Lovely, lovely, lovely. So Carrie's lurking. I'm not sure if she's working or if she's arting or if she's napping. But that's fine. Hopefully she's doing one or the other. She also may be petting a fur baby. Okay, so actually, I think I'm gonna do this cleanup on a deli paper, and let's see what happens. I'm gonna clean up with a cream, or should I use white? I'm gonna use cream. I have better success. I don't have as much success with clean up with the what do you call it? Craft paint. Probably just me because I haven't used it in so long. But I am going to do this cleanup. With my buff titanium. And I think I'm going to do it on the deli paper. Let's see what I get. Okay. Let it sit just a second. I'm actually going to get a clean deli paper. I'll use that for the other half, the part that's the other 2 inches at the end. I'm going to get a clean deli paper. And then I'll put the other part here. Oh, hey Carrie. Carrie's reading with her eyes closed. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any acrylic inks though, so I am going to try. I have one more thing I want to try, and I might do it on my round jelly plate, because my round jelly plate might be cleaner. Might be cleaner. I will look and see. Oh, it's cool. It is cool. Like I said, you have to rub a little longer than normal because you want that layer, the thin layer of buff titanium, to begin to dry to the paper so that it pulls up the paint that's already dry underneath. It doesn't reactivate it. It just glues it. As it starts to dry, the underlayers will glue to the wet. Oh, that will make awesome washi tape. I'll show you guys how to make washi tape if I have time at the end. That is cool. See, it just doesn't seem to pull up as nice, but it does leave you a really cool effect. Look at that. That is neat. That is very neat. All right, let me find my thicker double-sided tape while that's drying, so I can remember to show you guys. Oh, it all got messed up in here. It all went flying one night. I forgot. I don't know if I can find my wider double-sided tape or not. Huh. All right. Well, I can use. I know I've got a wider double-sided tape here somewhere. That's all right. I'll just use my 1/4 inch, which will give us some very narrow tape. Oh well. I'll show you with the narrower stuff, and then you can do it later on. Yes, you can make washi tape. Paula is doing fine. She just working a lot, Travis. But she dropped in a little bit during some streams on over Christmas. So she's doing fine. One moment. once again, I've misplaced my... It was where it was supposed to be. I just wasn't reaching. Just a moment, I'm going to dry this and I'll show you how to make washi tape. Of course, I said it late. Alright, so what you do to make washi tape is you just get your... Oh, I've got my 1/2 inch here. Okay, this will be alright. This will work. I thought I only had my 1/4 inch, but here's my 1/2 inch. Alright, so you just take your piece of paper. Alright, you're going to put your double-sided tape onto the back. Then, I'm going to move this anyway, so let me take this off, because I'm going to use my round plate for the next project. And I don't want to put my paper cutter on top of my deli plate, because it might mark it up. Gosh, okay, the wrong side down. Let's try that again. Dang it all. This is as hard to put away as it is to get out. There we go. I don't know why you need the... If I did it upside right, it might be easier. That's good enough. Don't really need the plastic covers when you've got it in the plastic original case anyway. I don't want that to fall. It's my good paint brushes. Okay, so now you take your trimmer or a pair of scissors if you're good with a pair of scissors. I'm no good with a pair of scissors. So take your paper trimmer. Didn't get this cut very straight, did I? There's the 1/2 inch. Voila! You've got a yummy piece of all messy washi tape because I messed up the edge of it. But look at that. You can't get much nicer than that for washi tape, can ya? And there's another piece. Uh-oh, Travis is getting booted around the... Yeah, isn't it? It is great. Works like a charm. Whoops. Trying to get it straight. That last piece is not. There we go. Always easier to cut towards you. And that one's not exactly straight, but I would take my, I'd probably go along with my scissors and fix that along the edge of the tape. The other thing is you could put a ruler along it and you could, you know, trim it with a ruler. Now, and I also have like 1.5 and 2-inch wide double-sided tape, and so you can put it on and then trim it to whatever width you want. So, I mean, that gave me 4 pieces of washi tape. And I mean, how often do you need more than this amount of the same color of washi tape, right? Not that often. I mean, you buy a roll of washi tape, you pay a fortune for it. It's not really, it's no cheaper than buying this huge roll of double-sided tape and making your own. I mean, you can even stamp on regular like tissue that you use for wrapping gifts, you know, regular tissue paper for stuffing gift bags. You can stamp and paint on it. You don't need a jelly plate. You can stamp and paint on it and do the same thing with tissue paper with your double-sided tape. So that's, you know, I do have some washi tape that I bought that is older because I haven't bought any in a couple of years since I was like, oh, I can make my own. All right, so let me get out my round plate, which has one of my square ones stuck to it. That's really dirty. I think my other round one should be in here too. If not, I don't know where it is. All right. Guess I don't know where it is. Oh well. I can probably use this one instead. The round one might be a little cleaner. I can do a pull-up. Clean-up before I use it if I can't see through it enough. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. As long as I can see through it for this technique. So this is, Dee Dee was doing this morning. Drawing through it. I am going to hold on. I know it's a Christmas one, but I'll try and find something that's not. I'll do the kitty and I just won't put a Santa hat on him. How's that? Alright, so what I'm going to do is put that on there. And I'm going to take my I guess you don't have to do traditional colors, do you? Why don't I do Cream Kitty? Or I'll do a black. I'll draw them with black. Alright, so let's do a non-color one first. So I'm just going to pretend that Santa hat's not on, and I'm going to draw. So I am using my Posca pens. Posca, which is acrylic paint, to draw set the kitty. My problem is I can't even trace. So, you know, there's an issue when you can't even trace. I guess a line drawing would be better than the grayscale. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry. All right, Dorothy. Oh, never mind. I thought she was saying goodbye. Hold on. Wow, Dorothy's filling in her calendar for the whole year. Whew. Hey, Kathy. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, it's a happy kitty, all right. It was certainly not presto the other night. Certainly not presto. All right. It's dry. Let's do what would I like to do? Let's do a yellow and a red. One of my favorite combinations is this. If I can find my right red. No, that's yellow. There was a particular red. This is it, I think. Yeah. So I love this combination because it makes an awesome orange. It's the cadmium yellow, medium hue, and the deep red. Artist Loft Deep Red. And I'm going to use my Petit Roller. Well, if it'll roll. Uh-oh. It's crusted up. It's not going to roll. One moment, please. Really? It's not going to put an oil stain. I think mine are old enough that they're not going to put an oil stain on my paper. Because my luck, if I left it on the plastic like Dee Dee did, it would slide all over the place. It would not sit still like for Dee Dee. Because Dee Dee's magic. And it's a smaller plate, so you have to be careful. That's one of the hardest things when you change plate sizes, is to figure out how much paint to use. And my roller's not wanting to roll, and I do need more yellow because it's fairly transparent. All right, come on, you silly thing. I thought I got you going good enough. I don't think that's the right yellow. That's not the right yellow. Oh well, it'll be all right. Let's try this one. It might be a little cadmium yellow deep hue. Might have a little bit more pigment in it. And way too much paint. So what I'm going to have to do is to do just kind of a dab. There we go. Now I can do my pull. Piece of paper. I have to search for a piece of paper here. Because this is just going to slide around. I think there's still too much paint. Yeah, I did touch it, and I think it was dry, but it did look like it was smearing some. We shall see. Poor smeared kitty. It's smeared. Look at the black. It's smoosh. Ah. Yeah, poor kitty. Poor kitty. All right. Let's try again, and this time I'll not give Carrie a heart attack, and I'll try it with the plastic underneath it. But I'm warning you, I may have to say oh carp a couple times because it's gonna move on me when I'm tracing. I know it. Let me clean this one up. And let's see what I have. What else I have in this book. As you can see, I got none of it colored during the holidays. I could do that part of that house. That's a nice church. Oh, look at the doggy. Now let's see if I can do this without it moving. Oh, I could tape it down. That would help. But then it would mess up. Hello, just a moment. I've got icky yellow paint. All right. That's not a shame. Hey, it's only paper, Joan. It's only paper. Ah, don't worry, it's learning. I'm learning. I have to wait longer for my paint to dry. Lesson learned. And I always tell my kids, as a teacher, don't ever expect to get anything right the first time you try, or you're going to get awfully disappointed in life. Hope my head's not in your way. And I'm just doing a rough tracing. I'm not worried about getting details and stuff. This is just something that can be used in a collage or whatever. Oops. So now I have to be patient and let this dry. This is like a garage, I think. I can't really tell, or a big picture window. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry. Any questions while I'm letting this dry? Yeah, okay, Debbie, yeah. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Debbie's going to go get a link. She has a video doing a similar thing, but with flowers. So that would work. I just grabbed my closest coloring book to try and give it a try. My hair dryer's under the desk somewhere. Yeah. Because I don't use it to dry my hair, but... Yeah, they're my Posca pens. Posca. I think I'm going to try coloring this one in. No, I'm not. Or should I? No, I don't have. I think I'll just pick it up. Pick it up with the blues. I think I'll pick it up with blues. Let me pick out my blues. I want this one and my dark blue again. My two blues. My pretty blues. My deep blue and cerulean blue. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I'm going to click on that. Open it for another time. Oh, started playing. There we go. All right, it's definitely dry this time. Okay. So I'm going to use got way too much paint all crapped up in there. It's like no wonder the paint roller won't roll. Got to take it apart, clean it. I'll use my big one so it'll roll better. So I'm going to start with the cerulean blue at the top and the dark blue at the bottom. Ooh. And I roll out my let's move this. I've got to take them home. I forgot to take my holiday one home with me. That's what I'm going to color in when I was home. I only got one day to color though, so I got almost one of my look ones done. Because the kids were there, my Christmas, my sisters and nieces and brother-in-law. It was just too busy to take time to color. Thought my nieces might want to color with me because they did in the summer when they were home, but we just had so much to do and playing with the kids with their presents and making food. Oh, I put too much again. This blue is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to start a new roll off here because that blue's got to get used up. Okay. Okay. It's going to take a little bit off. And clean paper. Where is it? I've got so much stuff piled. My paper's way down on the bottom of the pile now. All right. Let's do a pickup. Let's do this. Hey, Vicky. Hello, hello. So I traced over an image from my coloring book with my black Posca pen because I'm not good with a paintbrush like Dee Dee is. So I thought, oh, I'll use my marker instead. I'm still not good at tracing. But anyway, it's easier to trace with a marker with a stiffer tip than I had a little bit too much paint on in the background, but oh, you guys can't see it as well as I can. Guess I should have used a lighter color. All right, so let me do something. Let me just put this leftover paint from my brayer because there's still black there. And let's do another pull. Nope, closest I got to pink was the violet blue, which isn't really pink, so it looks pink in the tube, but it's kind of like a magenta with blue purple in it. It's strange, it looks way more purple when it goes on than it looks in the tube. Yeah, because pink is not a color, that's right. It's just a faded red. Aha, there we go. There we go. So the second pull actually worked better. Pulled up some old leftovers too. There we go. Look at that. Pulled up some green that was on there before. So, are you ready to go, Debbie? Post your link. Debbie's turn. Went from... It was almost like a stream-a-thon today. Dee Dee to Janet to me. Now off to Debbie's. So thanks everyone for coming to my stream. It's the first time in a long time that I did any jelly plating. I still have to do the other side of those Thank you for coming, Travis. Thanks, Grammy. Joan. So, I am going to stop the recording and we'll wait for Debbie to put up her link. Thanks for watching the recording. See you later.